Your Daily 180, 180 seconds of pure Bible study.
Is it really all that unusual that we face storms in life? That there are things like hurricanes and tornadoes and earthquakes? Is it really all that unusual that people face things like cancer and other sickness? Is it really all that unusual? Welcome to this, your Daily 180 Bible study. Thank you for being a participant in this study. You know, as we think about the idea of storms, and it may be in the form of a hurricane or a tornado, and it might be that it just disrupts your life. It might be that it destroys your home, or it costs the lives of others that you love very dearly. And sometimes folks seem to have the idea that, you know, this is unusual. But the reality is storms are the norm, not the exception. People getting cancer, people having problems, financial reversals, losing your job, that's the norm. Now, that's not to be negative, but I want you to get something. In Matthew chapter 7, beginning at verse number 24, Jesus sums up the Sermon on the Mount. Listen to what he has to say. Therefore, whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat on that house, and it did not fall, for it was founded on the rock. But everyone who hears these sayings of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat on that house, and it fell. And great was its fall. Now I want you to understand something. These two individuals had some things in common. Number one, they were both builders. They both built. But I want you to notice something else. I know their foundations were different, but they both faced storms. And these were intense storms. You see, there is this horrible, terrible lie, myth that's out there that, well, if you're a faithful child of God, you won't face the storms of life that others do. No, let me tell you something. Faithful children of God face things like cancer and death and heartache. But did you notice that if you build on the proper foundation, if you build on the teachings of Jesus Christ, you have the tools to manage the storm. Don't get the idea that the wise man that built on the rock was just watching the clouds go by and he was whistling saying no big deal. Oh, well, I'm sure they were frightening. But he stood. And we can stand the storms of life if we build on the solid rock of Christ's teaching. Join us again tomorrow.